This is Dylan with Salt Pines, and today we are going to be tying the Taylor's Temptation. Here is the finished fly, a little bit of EP fiber, marabou, and a little bit of crystal flash on some lead eyes on a size 2 hook. Here are the materials needed to tie the Taylor's Temptation. First is a size 2 Gamakatsu SL11. Some tan thread here, and then 2 clumps of tan EP fiber, about 60-70 fibers on average, and we split those into thirds to give you 6 total pieces. Next we have a brown Sharpie over here. This is optional. This is just barring for our marabou tail. If you want, it's not necessary. Next is 1 strand of black crystal flash. And then for our eyes, we're going to be using small leads in plain. And then lastly, we have 1 extra select marabou plume right here in tan, and that will be our tail for the fly. We're going to begin our thread right behind the eye here and advance all the way back to where the bend starts. And that should put you where your thread will hang right in between the point and barb. Come in and just add a little thread bump right there. Not anything crazy, just a little subtle bump. First we'll come in with our black crystal flash, fold it in half so we have 2 strands. And then what we're going to do, once we have it folded in half, then we're going to fold it around the thread, like so, away from you, and then pull it up to the top, which will then give you 4 strands. Give that 3 to 4 wraps right on the top there. You can keep this kind of long for now, so about 2.5 to 3 inches. Just let it hang out there. Next we will come in with our tan extra select marabou, and this guy is, we're going to keep it about 1.5 lengths of the hook right on the top here. So even we're going to shorten that up even more to about 1.25. So just enough where it will flow behind that hook. Then we're going to go ahead and secure that on top of the hook. 5 to 6 wraps there. Trim it off. And then we'll go ahead and hide all of those butt ends, creating a nice little thread ramp. And we'll advance all the way back to about a hook eye distance from the front. Add our small lead eyes, plain, with our X wraps right on top here. Make sure you secure them in real good. Do plenty of X wraps, because the last thing you want is these eyes spinning on you. Then we're going to advance all the way back to where we started our marabou here. Before we go any further, I like to put a little bit of brown barring in this marabou just to give it a little bit of color, a little bit of dimension. Don't worry about it slicking back when you add the marker on there, because when we're done we can kind of fluff it out, shake it out. So we just want that color to dry in there. Next, we will come in with our first piece of tan EP fiber right behind our marabou here. X-wrap it in the same way we did our eyes. Leave it loose at first, and then once you adjust it where you want it, wrap back to it just a little bit to secure it in. Then we'll come in with our next piece of tan. Go right in front of that. Same thing, X wraps, keeping it pretty close together to the piece before, wrapping back on it to secure it. Then we'll come in with our third piece and do the same thing. We're going to continue with repeating this until we get right up to the back of the lead eyes. We'll come in right like so. Wrap back on it. Take our fourth piece, and like I said, just keep on repeating it, keeping them nice and close together. Trying not to trap any of the fibers when we're getting in here. If you got a stray, you can always just pluck it out just like that. Don't worry too much about it because you still have to come in and trim it. And then for our final piece, right behind the eyes here, just fill all those gaps. All right, then we'll advance right in front of our lead eyes there. That's what it should look like, a nice shaggy mess before we go in and trim it. We'll come in and whip finish here. Trim off our thread. We're good there. Now, we're going to grab all of our fiber here without grabbing any of that marabou. If you have any little strays that are doing weird stuff, just pluck them on out. Then we're going to come in and rest our scissors right on the hook eye, like so. And then we're going to start to trim, and as we get to the middle of it, we're going to curve our scissors up, kind of back down towards that marabou to get that rounded body. So it's going to be a little big at first, which is fine, because then we can come in and really fine tune it here. Really cut down on it, give it a nice haircut. But we're looking for that crab kind of body, so you can keep it a little bit wider. Like so. That's when a nice fresh pair of scissors comes in handy. You can really get in there and trim everything out. Once you get it to your liking here, you can come in and trim your crystal flash to the same length as that marabou. Trim all of our strays out. Awesome. All right, then we'll come in with our UV glue here. Just kind of coat everything. Just lock everything in. Coat that thread real good. Right. Give it a good zap. Once you get to this point, you can just continue doing, you can trim this fly as much as you like. I always take off little bits at a time, so that if I want to continue trimming, I can. Because once you trim too much off, then you run out of material. So we're trying to keep that crab body as much as possible. And then if you want to fluff that marabou back up, you can grab your comb, toothbrush, anything like so, and just kind of give it a couple brushes here and it'll kind of fluff back up for you. So all right, there is our Taylor's Temptation. Great little crab fly for our redfish here in Tampa. A nice little bit of marabou tail really does the job here. I like that little bit of subtle movement when it's sitting on the bottom. So it kind of looks like either legs or claws moving around, and that really draws their attention.